The First Day of School by Guerin Crist, 1876 to 1941. We are saddling Don and Laddie, mid laughter and fun and noise, and maybe a sigh in passing for vanished holiday joys. And mother is cutting lunches. There are only 4 as a rule, but today another is added, for baby is going to school. You'll take her on Laddie between you, and hold her tight at the creek, and mother parts with her darling with a kiss on her dimpled cheek. You needn't be fwightened, says baby. I'll be as white as can be. I'll give sister our names, and I'll tell her that Mary Beronica's me. Oh, the breath of the summer morning, the gleam of dew on the grass, the incense of white gum blossoms that strew our path as we pass. While Mickey and Pat go racing over flats where the grass is green, but Eileen and I ride slowly, guarding our treasure between. She loves every mile of the journey, and shouts with delight at the creek, where under the blossomed tea trees the ripples play hide and seek. And full of delight is the township, with its red-roofed houses gay, though baby would love to linger at the toy shover over the way. But the 9 o'clock bell is sounding from the door of the convent school, where our darling finds to her pleasure another kingdom to rule. With a brand new desk in the corner, a pencil and slate of her own, in the sunshine of sister's welcome, she sits, a queen on her throne. But drowsily hums the insects round the bougainvillea flower, and drowsy and warm in the morning, so long ere the luncheon hour. Kind sister has drawn the blind down, making a shady nook, where Mary Beronica slumbers, with her golden head on her book. Okay, this is a poem by Guerin Crist. Let's see, Guerin Crist was born in Ireland, but when she was 2 years old, her family moved to Queensland, and her father was a teacher in rural Queensland in the late 19th century. This poem is about going to school. I think this is probably a little bit later. It's probably about 1900 or 1890, and it's the first day of school, and this is telling how the baby of the family, the littlest girl, is on her way to school for the first day of school. And this is very different from today's being taken, children being taken to school in the car. This is by horse with her brothers and sisters. So, we are saddling Don and Laddie. These are the horses, and they're putting saddles on them, mid laughter and fun and noise, and maybe a sigh in passing for vanished holiday joy. So there's fun and laughter, but maybe they're a little bit sad because the holidays have finished. Yeah, and it's time for school again. And mother is cutting lunches. There are only 4 as a rule. So mother's making the lunches, but normally there are only 4. But today another is added, for baby is going to school. So today is the first day of school for the baby, for the 5th child. You'll take her on Laddie between you, and hold her tight at the creek, and mother parts with her darling, with a kiss on her dimpled cheek. So she's saying to the two daughters, take Laddie, take the baby between you on Laddie, and hold her tightly so that she doesn't fall into the creek, into the river. And then mother says goodbye and gives the baby a kiss on her dimpled cheek. A dimple is like a little hole that you have on the side of your cheek, or some people do. Now it's the baby speaking. You needn't be frightened, says baby. I'll be as white as can be. So you needn't be frightened. I'll be as right as can be. I'll give sister our names. So sister, this is clearly a school that is run by nuns. And she will give the nun, sister, our names. And I'll tell her that Mary Beronica, or Mary Beronica, is me, and I am Mary Beronica. Oh, the breath of the summer morning, the gleam of the dew on the grass, the incense of white gum blossoms that strew our path as we pass. So there's a breeze on a summer morning, and the dew, the water on the grass is shining, and the flowers of the white gums are like incense. They have a beautiful smell, and these are lying all over the path as they pass on their way to school. While Mickey and Pat go racing over flats where the grass is green. So Mickey and Pat are clearly the two boys, and they're on the other horse, and they go racing over the flat ground where the grass is green. But Eileen and I, the sisters, ride slowly, guarding our treasure between, so guarding the baby between us. She loves every mile of the journey and shouts with delight at the creek. So she shouts in delight when she sees the river, where under the blossomed tea trees the ripples play hide and seek. So there are ripples of water on the river, and there are tea trees with blossoms, and it's a beautiful place. And full of delight is the township. So now they've got to the town, with its red roof houses gay. So finally they arrive at the town, and the town has houses with red roofs. Though baby would love to linger at the toy shover over the way. So baby would love to stay here, would love to stay longer, because there's a toy shover. I think a toy shover, I imagine, is somebody who's offering her toys to play with over the way. But the 9 o'clock bell is sounding. So it's 9 o'clock, it's time for church, for school, from the door of the convent school. So it's a religious school, where our darling finds to her pleasure another kingdom to rule. So the smallest child is very happy to discover that now she has a new place to be the most important in, with a brand new desk in the corner. So she's got a new desk, a completely new desk, a pencil and a slate of her own. So she's got a pencil and a slate to write on. And in the sunshine of sister's welcome, she sits, a queen on her throne. So the nun, the sister, welcomes her, and she sits like a queen on her throne. She's a queen in this new place. But drowsily hums the insects round the bougainvillea flower. So the time is going on, and the insects are humming sleepily around the bougainvillea, and drowsy and warm in the morning, so long ere the luncheon hour. So it was drowsy and warm in the morning, but now it's a long time to lunch. Kind sister has drawn the blind down, so the teacher has pulled down the blind, making a shady nook, making a shady place, where Mary Beronica slumbers, sleeping, with her golden head on her book. So the little girl has fallen asleep, and the teacher has drawn down the blind to let her sleep in the shade for a bit. So the first day of school, I think in many ways this is very typical of this time. This is going to school in Queensland 100, 120, 140 years ago. So enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. The First Day of School by Alice Guerin Crist.